Hello everybody, how are you doing? Let's continue on modern JavaScript. This session, let's take a look at function object. In JavaScript, a function is an object. So for function object, it has some built-in properties. One is name. So we can call the function property name. It will show the function name. This is the function expression. The name property still works. And for this one, we define a function expression inside the function parameter. It still works. It also works under an object. And for this one, it works inside the array. Because currently this function doesn't have a name, so the name won't give you anything, it's empty string. So length, another property of the function. The length is the number of the parameters. So the rest parameters won't count inside this length. For this example, this function has 3 parameters, a, b, and rest parameters. But the length of the function will be only 2, because this function for sure will have 2 parameters. Let's take a look at this function. We have an ask function, we have a question, then we have handlers. It's a rest parameters. So then we can add on multiple handlers like this one. We have an empty handler, we have a handler with 1 parameter, and we have a question. So for this example, if handler parameter is 0, like this one, then we check whether it's yes or not. If it's yes, then we will print out this value. Otherwise, so it will call this handler. And this handler means this one, console log result. So the result will be handed to this value, yes or no, no matter what. Let's take a look at this example. So we can add on custom properties onto this function. For this example, we add this counter property to this function. Then we give it an initial value, then we call high each time. Then we can see the counter is increased. And we can use this feature to replace the closure. So closure is the way, like we define a local variable inside the function, then we return another function to access that closure variable, And for this one, if we add a property to this counter, the advantage of this method is we are able to access the counter from outside of the function like this. We can give it an initial value. Then we can increase the value. So which one you should use, it depends on your requirement. Let's take a look at this one. When we create a function expression, we usually don't give the function a name, but we can give it a name as well, like this. And the advantage of this method is, let's take a look at this example. And we have this function here, and you can call this function inside the function. But if you call the function through this expression, the variable name, sometime if we changed this variable outside, it won't work. And remember, this function name won't work outside of the function scope, because this function name is only visible within this code block. Yeah, this is the thing we are just mentioned. We have this variable and given by this function, then we call this variable function inside. So if we change the variable here, so this line won't work anymore. To fix that issue, we can give the function a name. Then we directly call that function through the name. So we don't have to call the function through this variable name. Then even you change the variable here, it won't affect the execution of this code block. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. See you next time.